Hi everyone, we are Group 4 and we are here today to present about the 7 cardinal rules of risk communication. Risk communication. It is an important component of disaster risk management or TRM because it shapes people's perceptions of risk and influences their actions with respect to disaster preparedness and disaster response. It also influences the interventions decisions that are made throughout the disaster management cycle. Although many of the rules may seem obvious, they are continually and consistently violated in practice. Thus, a useful way to read these rules is to focus on why they are frequently not followed. Rule number 1. Accept and involve the public as a legitimate partner. The goal of risk communication in a democracy should be to produce an informed public, not to diffuse public concerns and replace action. Risk communicators should accept that the public should be involved like legitimate partner and the people have the right to participate in important decisions they make because such decisions affect their lives, properties, and things that they value. Respect for the public and sincerity of efforts should be demonstrated by involving the community early. Before deciding on important decisions, make sure to involve all parties that have an interest or stake in the issue under consideration. Rule number 2. Plan carefully and evaluate your efforts. Planning helps us to decide what that contribution should be and how to achieve it. Planning is a process of deciding in advance where we want to get to, our goal, and how we will get there. In evaluating our communication effort, it enables us to judge whether we have had the impact we planned, contributed to changing the situation we wanted to change, and whether or not we achieved our goal in selected audience. Evaluation enables us to assess how well we are doing, and to learn from this, every audience have different goals and media can inquire different actions to it. Rule number 3. Listen to public-specific concerns. People often care more about trust, credibility, competence, fairness, and empathy than statistics. That's why, in time of crisis, it is important to know what are the specific concerns that our people want to be resolved. Whether it's food, shelter, warning systems, and rescue. These are the things that we should consider in risk communication. A sense of empathy and the essence for the people listening is as essential as reading, because in crisis, you need to know what you should really know before you respond. Rule number 4. Be honest, frank, and open. Trust and credibility are difficult to obtain. Once lost, it's hard to obtain. You cannot risk to lie in the time of panic. That's why risk communicators should always be open and honest for the situations that they are dealing with. If not, the loss of credibility is a disaster that would shatter the trust you as a risk communicator had built, just like the saying, quote-unquote, truth will set you free, or, quote-unquote, truth hurts. We should not speak with promises and create false hope in risk communication, but rather, always tell the truth in order to preserve integrity, because lying to how deep is the issue would just create as much harm as the former. Transparency is important for the public to trust you as a risk communicator, so do not quote the statements with sugar. Let the people know what is fact from what is not, because it will save lives. Rule number 5. Work with other credible sources. Conflicts and disagreements among organizations make communication with the public much more difficult. It is unavoidable. Conflicts and disagreements could happen every time, but it can manage when you're all coordinating and helping with each other. Have a good relationship with your organization because they can help you communicate risk information. Also, use credible and authoritative intermediates to effectively communicate with the public. Rule number 6. Meet the needs of the media. The media are usually more interested in politics than risk, simplicity than complexity, danger than safety. The role of media is to deliver news and information to the public. Risk information is very important to know, especially during these times. That's why your role as a risk communicator matters in this society, and the media needs you. Be open with the reporters. Share everything you know and your materials to be able to deliver informative information to the public. Rule number 7. Speak clearly and with compassion. Technical language and jargon are useful as professional shorthand, but they are barriers to successful communication with the public. Never let your efforts prevent acknowledgement of the tragedy of an illness, injury, or death. People can understand risk communication, but they may still not agree. Some people will not be satisfied.